going on too. It's like it's
Woo! Well.
What's the damn deal?
Hey, we are. It's sad, man. Sad times, bro. You know.
You talking about just because of this is the culmination of the college basketball season about to be over tonight.
Yeah, it's cold world, man. Sad times, man.
Three game, one shining moment, basketball, and then that's a wrap. Until
then I gotta get into my baseball bag. Who wants to do that in freaking April?
That's what I'm man. Let me get.
Bro, you know that
that's like America's pastime and shit and everything, but it's like, bro, these games sometimes just be so just long.
Bro, we've had 3 episodes and we ain't even mentioned that the season started. They didn't even think about it.
They didn't talk about listen, let's not talk about it till we absolutely have to talk about it. Listen. So maybe next episode we can kind of talk about it.
We still got 4 months of it, 5 months of it to go. So they can wait. They can wait.
Who's playing well right now? Anybody?
I don't know, bro.
Diamondbacks ain't even. Is that your team? You an Arizona guy like that still?
Gotta rock with them,
You don't have to.
I don't have to, but
no, you don't. No.
Them and the Angels. That's my squad, man.
The Angels. Who do they got? Is Trout still playing for the Angels?
Who? Trout?
Yeah.
If he ain't hurt.
Okay. Who's the guy that got? Who's the one that play? Is it no way? What that's the other dude. Who's got to play for the Phillies now? Or the Washington? Whatever. What's the other guy?
Bryce Harper.
Harper. That's the guy. Right. See, look, I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't know where guys are at. I don't know nothing. Just I do know on another side, just real quick though. Do you see Alex Ovechkin scored 894? So did he pass? 895. Now that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because we were in what? We were in high school or we were in college when Ovechkin started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's been doing this whole entire time, and he's finally passed up Wayne Gretzky, which come on, that record's been staying for a long ass time. So that just again, I don't know much about hockey. I just know that happened. So that's
you surprised me with that one. I was gonna bring it up, but hey, look at you. Look at you.
Listening a little bit on some stuff, Wayne Gretzky looked pretty happy to pass the torch down. And you play as long as you play like that. Oh no, I'm sorry, bro. There's something about just being on the ice, trying to go that fast and trying to play that kind of. That's just crazy to me. You ever actually watch the hockey game? Not watch the highlights, not watch on SportsCenter, but been in. Dog, that shit's nuts.
I love it. I love it.
Really? That, huh?
I love hockey, bro. Yeah. I used to go to games when I was growing up in Cali. Go to Kings games and watch the Kings with Gretzky and Luke Robitaille.
Yeah, he was there too, huh? That's
Luke
okay.
Robitaille, Glenn Healy. Bro, we had squads back then, bro.
So then, wait. So then, when he was with the Kings, then so that was right towards the end of him retiring there, right?
Yeah, it was toward the end of his career.
So you saw some of the very end of his goals, and then you get a chance to see that. Oh, that's kind of cool, man. I like that. That's okay. Okay.
It was dope, man. It was a good time back then, and yeah, dude, Obi's he's a menace, bro. The guy just knows how to put the puck in the back of the net.
For that long though, bro. That's that's
And the funny part about him is that when he first started in the league, he was just an annoying dude that could score goals, but he would get in fights all the time.
Right. I do remember that. I do remember that. Suspensions a lot and things like that. Right.
But yeah, man, he's props to him. He tied the record. I think he broke the record in one less game because he tied the record in in one less game. And I think he got it the very next game.
Wait, in one less game of how long did it took Gretzky to score his?
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
No.
How many games did it take him?
Oh God, I can't.
Just off the top of your head, do you remember how many?
I cannot remember.
Okay.
No, that it was a big number, and it was literally one off.
That's crazy.
I know.
The fact that you get it and then you get it in one less game. Oh man, come on, that's
So
you can't tell me that he wasn't like. You can't tell me that there hadn't been some point like I don't know, maybe like year 8 or 9 when he was probably like getting into a real groove as far as like scoring stuff. Where he was like, I bet I can catch this record. And then like the rest of your career is just focused on trying to get there. And then one game before, man, that's
it was dope. That happened. Was that yesterday when that happened?
It was yesterday. Yeah. Popped up.
So it was a great weekend of sports, man. Like,
man,
we can get right into it.
Go ahead. Let's talk to girls first. Girls first, just because that was yesterday, and then we'll go back another day for the Final Four. That's
UConn women, man. I mean, props to Gino and the squad. I mean, that's why I said, like,
we talked about it before.
Played really well in the semifinal. I just had a feeling, bro, and they just smacked them, bro.
And that was the crazy part. Like, that's the one. I mean, that was probably more just alarming than anything else, or surprising is what it was just the way it almost seemed like that. I mean, like when you watch South Carolina play over like these last couple of years, at least like the last 7-8 years with like Dawn Staley. I think that one of the things we can probably say collectively, or we can all agree on, is that like they were usually always the aggressor that's out there. Yes. Way more physical, beat you to the punch, like, physical. And it seemed like that yesterday, UConn was like, we're not, like, you're not going to hit us first. We're going to hit you first.
Yep.
And then they just kept hitting. Like, there was a play, I think, early where, I don't know, you just kind of just see just certain plays and just like, you can kind of just tell like body language or sense of urgency on players and stuff. And there was the one where Paige hadn't scored at all, and it was like a 15-17 game or something. It was in like the first quarter. And then she, she's driving, she shoots a little runner floater that's off the backboard, and then she hits it. And then what is the girl? Is it how do you say her name? Is it AZ? Is it
AZ Fudd?
Yeah. And then she pickpocket girl right there. I mean, it wasn't even like, it wasn't like on the crossover you poke. It's like she just reached around and like popped, and then she went, and it was just, I don't know, like that play, just because the girl who lost it on South Carolina didn't really sprint back. Like, I don't know, there was just something about like that little moment that I was like, oh no, this seems like it. Like, you can always kind of tell in moments like that, because like it's the championship game. You get picked at half court, you better be trying to sprint back. I'm gonna go knock the girl down. I'm trying to block the shot. I'm trying to do something. Like, you're not just gonna rip me like that on national TV. Take it up, get the lay, and then you're gonna come and pick me right back. Like, I don't know. There was some. And they just didn't seem like that South Carolina could score inside it.
No, it looked like, that was the thing that got me the most. Like, every time that South Carolina had the ball in the paint, it looked like they were hurried. Like, they were trying to get it off quick instead of playing through. And they they never looked comfortable.
Like, facts. Yeah, they
never looked comfortable.
There was, and then what's the one girl? What's the white girl? The one, the taller girl, the one that's on South Carolina.
Oh, Crit.
Yeah. The long one, like like her, and then the other girl, like it almost seemed like at times they were playing hot potato with the ball, like trying to figure out who wanted to shoot it, because nobody wanted to attack the basket, which was just like that was just weird. Like, again, you're always just so used to them being and playing so damn aggressive. So when you just don't do that, and I mean, UConn was just beating them the spots, and they were walling up every time. They weren't fouling. They were walling up, and and then they turned in box and then went. And I was like, the game just kept like, and then you saw Dawn Staley a couple times too. Like, her say some stuff there that's just, she was a little uncharacteristic as far as her coaching yesterday, which she
was frustrated.
She was hot.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like you said, like UConn just locked them up, kept people in front, made them shoot over them, and then on the other end, I counted so many like terrible closeouts. They were giving up middle drives and getting in the scramble rotation. Like, UConn just was playing with them the whole game.
They were.
And then, I mean, you got Paige and AZ going off, and then you got this damn freshman, Sarah Strong.
She's nasty.
Bruh.
Hey, she gonna be the
24 and 15. Bruh. In the championship game. As a freshman.
And you know she's coming back. Like Paige just passed the like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just, UConn's always going to have those one or two like younger stars that are just, you know what I mean? They're always so good at doing that. So you're like, I don't know what people were thinking prior to, but you're watching Paige like, okay, this is the end for her. But then you're like, wait a minute, oh, this is the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Paige goes out, hasn't won a championship the 5 years that she was there, wins it on like the last one, but the freshman wins it on the like, you know what I mean? It's just like it's kind of just the way that thing just gets past is nuts. But happy for Paige though, because she been a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like going out knee a couple years ago, and that year I thought they were. I thought that they were primed to win it that year.
Mm-hmm.
Like before she got the knee injury and stuff, and then so she's out. Then it's the Caitlin Clark buzz for 2 years, and and then South Carolina. So last year, what they smacked Iowa though.
They did.
Like they did to Iowa. Well, UConn did to South Carolina what South Carolina did to Iowa last year.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It just kind of it was just I don't know. It was something.
Hey, I got a question for you because we were sitting there watching the game. And Jen and I was watching it. And we got into a little spat, a little debate.
Okay.
She made the comment that Paige Beckers is probably the best UConn player of all time. And I said, hold on a second. I said, hold on a second.
She said she's the best?
Yeah. And I said, wait, you gotta hit pause on that. Now, look, first I say this, Paige is legit. Enjoy watching her play. She's had a great career.
Hall of Fame, NCAA, all that kind of, right.
Okay. But I don't know if I'm going to, and Jen tried to come at me with like, look at the numbers. I said, I'm not talking about numbers, but are you telling me she was better than Taurasi? Are you telling me she was better than Sue Bird?
Or Mia
Moore? Are you telling me she's better than Rebecca Lobo? Like, and Swin Cash. There's
a lot of girls. There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stewie was there too. He just just right there. And Stewie won 4 times.
I forgot I didn't even mention Stewie.
Right. That's No, I was waiting for you to say that because I was like, wait a minute, who is Stewie? I don't know. If you were gonna rank them, right? I don't know if I can agree with Jen on that. Maybe she could be in the discussion for top 5 all-time UConn players, right?
Right.
Maybe. But even with that, you have to really. But I think that you start with Stewie, and then you can try to figure out who 5 is after that. Because 4 for 4 in the national championship and winning. I'm sorry. I don't know if there's. Yeah. You can always throw Taurasi in there because she was. Okay, that's fine. But then, Mia Moore was a baller.
I was trying to remember her name. That's who I was thinking. That was the other one I was thinking.
Right. I'm just like, they've had some girls that can hoop. So again, I'm not saying the Paige isn't up there, but then now that we're saying it, well, shit, maybe do you extend that to top 7? Because I just, you know what I mean? What do you? I don't know. What are you supposed to?
Yeah. It's a good debate to have, but
So Jen was saying. So Jen said, "Well, look at the numbers."
Yeah.
So compared to who and what were the numbers?
Well, she said her numbers are some of the best numbers that any player's ever had at UConn, points scored
for the 5 years that she was there. Not counting obviously the knee surgery time, but
right.
Even her numbers are better than Stewie.
She was trying to make the argument. I didn't go looking because I on face value when she said it, I was like. Nah, you can't say that.
No.
So I didn't even dive into do. Right, I just said I just started listing names, and I was like, this. You telling me she's better than me? I'm like, come on now, come on.
So who did she say that she was better than?
All of them.
All of them.
I said Sue Bird, Taurasi, Rebecca Lobo, Swin Cash, and she was trying to hold strong, and I was like, all right, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not arguing with you because I get it. I see what you're saying. Yeah. But you need to rethink this one a little bit.
Right.
And now that you said Stewie and Mia Moore, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to text her. I'm about to say something.
He's like, hey, listen. So we were talking, and how about them apples? It was like,
how about them?
How about them apples?
Yeah.
Now you got me thinking about that. So I was like, okay, that's. I mean, there's definitely, again, like you said, you can't take away from her greatness and what she did.
No,
Like
not
when
at
she
all.
was there. Oh, that always gets tough though. When you start, once it's so like once they like win a ring, then all of a sudden you're like, hey, yeah, okay, so where does she stack amongst all the UConn greats?
Yeah.
And then to say that she's better, I'm like, whoa. I mean, so what? That's what championship 11, right? That's their 11th.
No, 12. That's 12.
She won 1.
Yeah.
Stewie won 4. Diana Trotz won what, 2 or 3?
Yep. Sue Bird, same.
Sue Bird, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Rebecca Loeb, I mean, like, and then Mia Moore, didn't she win 4?
I think so.
I thought because didn't Mia Moore win, and then I think at the very end of her was when Stewie started, right? Didn't they?
So.
Yeah. And then they went because I was gonna say there was like a time where they won.
Yeah.
A few, like not just 2 or 3, but like there was like a 4 or 5 year span where they had won a lot of championships. Man,
it's a great debate. Shout out to the women's team. They balling, man. It was a great game. And going back to Dawn, I feel bad because I love me some Dawn Staley, man. But boy, she became an internet meme real quick.
Hey, she was angry, bro. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I know what that is. Because it was almost like she was like
resigned to the fact her team had nothing.
Yeah, we don't got nothing for this. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what the screaming was. It wasn't the play. I don't know if it's so much the players or this that. It was just like I got no damn answer.
No.
Like I just like, you know what I mean? Like what do we do? And it just it's like the one girl though. What's the guard's name? Is she Polynesian? I don't know.
Pow Pow.
Yeah. She was, she didn't play as good as I've seen her play during like the tournament. So I mean, like, she did some things, but yeah, they just, and then like the one guard that they got, the girl with the dreads and they're all braided up and stuff, whatever. She's usually a lot more. I don't know. She just seemed like that. She just wasn't attacking as much, It's just like
Raven. You talking about Raven Johnson?
Yeah. That right here. Yeah, just that. Yeah, I just I don't know. Just something was off. Like
they just were out of sorts, man. They were out of sorts.
So how many of those players? So now that this is over, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how many players enter the transfer portal?
Oh,
how many did South Carolina pick up? Did UConn pick anybody up?
Right.
Is Betts or whatever, the girl from UCLA, does she stay or does she leave?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's I don't know, there's a couple questions. I'm like, I'm kind of curious.
Because it's a new day, man.
It is a new day, right? Just
that portal to get that money.
I'm telling you, just and then plus there are 2 Olivia Miles. I was like, okay, like if I'm Olivia Miles, I'm like, hey, where can I go?
Right.
And go. I mean, her and was it Sarah Strong over at the UConn? I mean, come on, now all of a sudden that.
Oh no.
Dude, that's a
that would be a problem.
That's a crazy backcourt. That's nuts.
All right, man. We avoided it long enough, and we, most days I would have just came out firing on this one, but we had to talk about.
Appreciate your patience though, because I'm gonna let you do your thing because I know who you want to go after. So go ahead, there. Go ahead.
What happened, Duke?
What happened?
Holy
did you see the meme that was going on already though? That got Cooper flag or whatever, and he holding it, and it says Duke. It says choke. You haven't seen that?
Oh no!
I was like, damn, bro, that's way early.
Man. Bro, I'm telling you again, and we talked about this last episode. This hasn't been the typical Duke team that you enjoy rooting against or you hate, right? But like,
but it's still
I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching this game on Saturday night, and I could not believe what was going on. I could not believe that they were falling apart like this.
It was just like it was, things just started to just fall. It was crazy. Yeah,
and when they lost, I turned to Jen and I'm like, I can't believe that happened. And she was like, I feel so bad for them. And I was like, I don't.
Easy now. Easy with the feelings bad for them. No, we ain't gonna do that. It was just one of those. It's one of those collapses. Like, I think that we've all probably been there as a player at some point, right? whether you're at an open gym or you're at practice or you just, but sometimes it's never at that magnitude. It's never that big. You know what I mean? So what the kids call it a crash out. I mean, is that what we basically saw was just kind of, it was like Houston decided that they were just going to be stupid aggressive and like towards the end, Duke goes 10 minutes without hitting a field goal.
10 and a half
crazy minutes. Because they had no problem scoring at all against anybody the entire tournament. Right. And then now the last 10,
you ain't get no field. And here's the thing. This is the crazy part about it. If you were watching the game up until the last 2 minutes, that thought that they hadn't made a field goal hadn't even crossed your mind.
No, he didn't, because they were still up. So you're kind of just like, okay. They were still up. It wasn't a big deal.
I didn't know that until after the game, and then I was like, "What? Wait,
that was 10 minutes."
Like, man, that is crazy.
And then Houston they were fighting for every possession,
everything,
fighting for every. Like Cryer hits the 1-3, they get the press, and then the dude dribbles out, and I thought he was going. I thought that one was down. He did that Michael Clayton shit.
Right, he tried to do the Michael Clayton.
And he tried to go and then do that, and then
Tugler got that offensive putback.
But the putback was, so then all of a sudden it goes to a 1-point game, and then I don't know. I just even still when they got it at the end, you're like, okay, you give Cooper Flag the ball 1-on-1 from the left wing. Are you like all that he's got to do is just get to the elbow?
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that was like. See, so it's like to me, I'm like, okay, did he miss the shot or was that good defense? Because I don't know if that was great defense. I thought it was okay defense. I thought he had a hand up. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Because I thought that Cooper still was able to get to his spot and elevate over him. Like that was a late contest, if anything.
Well, he did get hooked too, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Cooper
They could have called the offensive foul on that one because there was the hook you saw, but they're not going to call it then.
No. And here's the only problem I had, and I like the foul on Cooper Flag on the free throw
over the back. That was bullshit.
Yeah, I don't. Same thing. You can't call the hook. You can't.
Yeah. Right. No. Right. Exactly. Yeah. You can't call that one. Like it just. Yeah. It's almost like they didn't call the hook because they called the last one.
Right. Yeah. It was.
You know what I mean? But it's like that's not even. It's just because again, I don't even know. Like, what is the rule on over the back? It's not even called over the back anymore, is it?
Maybe they just call it a push
or something because it's like over the back. It's like if you push the guy or like if you I don't know. It just
you're not supposed to, as they say. I think the wording, and you referee friends of mine, don't quote me on this, but if you're blocking out and the dude reaches over into your cylinder of space, maybe that's over the back.
But there was no box out. That thing came off the rim. That's the thing. You got two guys trying to get a hand on it.
Right. It was a weak box out. Right. At the most. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I felt that one was tough. Now, did I care that it went against Duke? No, because you always get called. So you know what?
Yeah. But then here's the thing though, too. They get the foul and you're like, okay. Until you go see who goes up to the line, you're like, no shit.
Right.
Did you see how he shoots the ball?
Juwan Roberts? Oh yeah.
That is not a given.
It was not a given that he was going to make both.
No, it was not. No, it's just like he hits the first one. He's over there like, hey, calm down. We got this. I'm like, bro, you may be okay. You should calm down. Like just
right.
Maybe you're saying that to yourself. I think everybody else is kind of like, oh shit, he hit it. Whoa, okay.
Right.
Ooh. And then he hits two of them. You're like,
yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing about him. Is that like if there's one player that Samson probably would have been comfortable outside of freaking LJ Cryer, who's like 90%. Like it's probably Juwan Roberts, and I think their story is cool. He's been there for I think it's 5 or 6 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that there's like a strong bond.
He's been there with them. The other Final Fours and all that other kind of stuff. Right.
Just waited his turn and just kept working hard and just like for him to step up in that spot, man. And again, you watch that form, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. And then when the first one went in, you're like, okay, all right. If nothing else, overtime. If nothing else, overtime. And then when he hits it, you're like, okay, this is going to get interesting. And again, did Cooper miss that shot, or was it bad? I mean, or was it good defense again? Like we can keep talking about that. I thought that he got to his spot. I thought that he
it was a good look. He got a great look.
Like it was short. Like I don't know. Just those big moments. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's what it was, but just like that was tough.
And I do. I mean, hey, the internet got quick to drag Cooper real quick. I mean, I saw somebody post. People got no time, man. They got nothing but time on their hands. They just. This dude did this video, and he was like, and I don't know if he was like, maybe he was a fan of somebody who's down at this part of the draft, but he was like, y'all think that this is the number one pick, man? Please, he should be. He's a 12 to 14 pick at best. Can't make shots in big moments. I was like, dang, and he put all this video together. So I'm like, oh man, they on his head already. And
already.
The dude can play. Like,
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Again, he's supposed to be in high school this year, so
like, give him some, right.
Give him some grace.
If he's playing high school right now, this wouldn't be fun. Like it just be like it's just like nobody's coming. Yeah,
no.
So,
but like the fact that like just little stuff and it's like we were talking about with like Arkansas and some other schools earlier in the tournament. But like, dude, what y'all ain't got a press that you can get the ball in bounds cleanly? Like what?
It's almost like I don't understand how they don't think at the end of the game when you have a lead that you'd be so surprised that the other team would try to force tempo or like, you know what I mean, make the game a little chaotic. Like I don't know, like that. Yeah, again, just like you said, like how are you guys not like in the timeouts or how much just like, hey, look, like they're going to be coming for this ball the next 90 seconds. We better be strong as shit with the ball. And then like, you know what I mean? Like, just why that's not a because it seemed like they panicked on the press.
Yes,
they panicked on that. Like
where they were trying to get catches, it was like no spacing. They're up against the baseline.
Where there's like 2 or 3 hands over there too. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, you turn that into a 50-50 ball. All it needs is a tip, because then it's going to create. That was
something, man. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. I mean,
collapse.
The collapse, and I don't feel bad, not one bit.
Right.
Sorry, Duke.
Hey, you know what though? Real quick, I'm trying to think. The last time that I think, I don't know if maybe you have to jog my memory on this one. When Memphis and Kansas played in that national championship game, didn't Memphis sort of kind of have somewhat of a fall apart right there at the end, right before Chalmers? You know what I mean? Like maybe not on like the same magnitude for that one, but I feel like that Memphis was clearly, I thought they were the better team, I think, or they had the better player.
I think you're right. I mean, Memphis probably should have won that game. The difference between this and that is that Duke has got, all these 5-star kids on the floor.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And Memphis hadn't been in that position forever. That's so it's true. Like they're not used to it. But this is Duke we're talking about. You know what I mean? It's like y'all should be better than this.
Yes, absolutely.
You just don't expect to see it from a Duke team.
Right.
Which made it all the more enjoyable.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, but then the one before that, though, I mean,
man,
you're just like,
great game.
Like we're like what I don't know where he was at as far as his draft status prior to this NCAA tournament, or maybe even go back to the SEC tournament. I don't know how well he played in there.
Mm-hmm. He was cooking.
But, I was reading on ESPN and somebody, I can't remember, but they were just like, he's having like a Kemba Walker type run right now.
Ooh.
Which is scary because if you remember how Kemba was, right, like, Big East tournament and then the NCAA tournament that year, he was by far, like that best guy. And I don't know, that's
a great comparison.
I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Because it takes you back because you remember the step back that started the whole thing against Pitt. He hits the step back, and then all of a sudden they get to the tournament. And he's just like, just went there, and you're like looking at this guy doing it.
The dude just
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't even say nothing. You're just like, bro, like,
is on a heater.
He never shows any emotion.
No.
Like, he gets fouled and gets hit, and he doesn't say shit.
Right.
He makes a basket, a big time basket that other guys probably just, and there's nothing.
No.
Like, his parents are losing their freaking minds in the stands, and he's just
locked in.
It's just
that's a scary sight, boy.
Right. Like, it's like you don't want you play against a dude like that I'm afraid because I'm like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like what makes him tick? Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like, at least if it's a dude that has some emotion or plays this way, you can kind of figure out a way to maybe try to get under his skin. Like, you know what I mean? You can do something. Yeah. One guy that you're talking shit and it's like this. He makes a basket, it's like this. You make one. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like,
nothing phases him. Nothing phases him. And he just stay getting buckets, bro. I'm just like,
again, but I mean, remember, like we talked though too. We said if the game's close, then you're almost going to give it to Florida because they've got the one guy out there
that's not gonna miss.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah, that's not gonna miss. I mean, it's so yeah. Just I don't. I mean, it's like if Houston's gonna have any chance tonight,
right? Somebody better stick on him. Like,
yeah, it just I don't know.
They gotta go to the old school coaches saying they better stick to him like white on rice.
White on rice, like flies on shit. Like, it better be. Yeah, you just listen. I just you better follow him to the drinking fountain. You better
yeah.
I don't even know if you can box and won a guy like that. Because anything else like a triangle and two, if they got shooters in the corner, it's over. You can't do that. I'm curious to see what Houston's going to do because it seems like everybody has had a plan against them, but he's just kind of like, fuck your plan. And then that's what he's like. I'm just saying, that's what I feel like. Fuck your plan. Like, no, just here and then that's it. Like, it's
Houston. I mean, I'm about as intrigued as I've ever been on a championship game because, you look at the matchup and you should in your mind you're probably thinking Florida should win this by 8 to 10.
Right.
But it's like you can't say that with Houston. You cannot because
they don't quit.
They don't quit. They're gonna be physical for 30, 40 minutes, and they're just gonna keep coming at you. You know what I mean? And and it's a cool matchup because one, you got Houston, a bunch of tough-nosed, hard-nosed players that they have a culture that they are. Boom! It is who they are, and you see it everything they do. Right.
Right.
And then you got Florida on this other side with a young coach, 30 years younger than Kelvin Sampson. By the way, he's from AZ. He went to Sunny Slope.
No way.
Todd Golden went to Sunny Slope, won a state title. Like the first year I was coaching, I think.
No way.
Yeah, he graduated that year, 2002. Went to St. Mary's.
Okay.
But yeah, Sunny Slope kid, and but I saw read this cool story. I think it was on CBS Sports. Florida has no top 100 recruits. Nobody on their roster was like a highly touted guy.
Even the Clayton guy?
Nah, he was like a
Iona, right? Because he played for Patino, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was more recruited for football than he was basketball. Yeah. Shut up. Same. I couldn't believe it. So him, Elijah Martin wasn't highly. He was a football guy too, like 3-star recruit, and then everybody else on that roster is just some. They saw something they liked in them and then developed them.
That's crazy.
That's just a cool story. So, man, I'm looking forward to this, boy. That
part's a cool story, and kind of just like what you were saying there too. Like, I hope that if kids are listening, or if parents, if you're able to ever kind of talk to kids about this stuff, all that you really need is you need one coach that believes in you.
Yep.
You need one. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to get 9, 10, 12, 15, 30 offers. It's cool to get all that kind of stuff and post and do whatever, but you only need one coach to believe it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then I again, that's crazy. Like what you just said, like no top, and yet you almost want to, just because of what you said right there, almost want to pull for Florida.
Right.
Just because of what you said right there. But also a Kelvin Sampson fan, and I love what he's done again. Like we talked about this last time about like where he's taken Houston from where they were at, and so it just like you've got two really, really cool stories here. And so really, to be honest, like I did pick Houston to win, but I could care less about who wins because I think they both are going to make for a great story. If nothing else, it's going to be a hell of a basketball game. And I think at the end of the day, anybody that's a competitor or enjoys the game like that, that's all that you want to see. It just sucks that there has to be a winner and has to be a loser.
Right.
But that's just the nature of the sport, and that's what's going to happen. So
yeah, and you know another cool story about this is I'm talking about Sampson, and this is another story I read from Matt Norlander at CBS Sports and one of the hosts of one of my favorite podcasts. But he wrote this story about Kelvin Sampson when he was at Indiana, when he got fired, right? So he gets fired at Indiana, and the first person to reach out to him was Greg Popovich, right? And he's like, yo, you got a job. Like, he wasn't going to allow him to just – they had met through, I think, coaching Team USA a few years back.
Yeah.
Close, whatever. So he gets fired from Indiana. His first job after that was with the Spurs.
Wow.
And in San Antonio. So here we back are.
And then now we're in San Antonio.
Now we're in San Antonio.
Okay.
Like just cool little stories and storylines, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a good game. When you look at the two teams, Florida is so big. They got so much size and athleticism. Like, will Houston be able to attack? Will they be able to score enough? Right.
Yeah. Can they do that? Right.
Because they don't. I mean, Juwan's an inside player, but he's not really like your typical post. Right. But
Crier's just more of just a catch and shoot guy or whatever. Like,
he creates out. Yeah.
He's not like him. Who was the guard that they had last year that was really good? Was it Shed? Right? Is that what they had?
Yeah.
He could get you a bucket. Like if you needed something, they don't. I don't know if they have that because Florida.
They got Emmanuel Sharp, who hit a couple big threes at the end of the game. They got Milos Uzan, who's another guard. He didn't really play well in the semis, but like he'd been playing well the whole time before that. So they got some guys. I just think it's like, can they, if they impose their will, you know what I mean? But I would say Florida has the advantage.
Yeah, don't let it be close at the end. That's all I'm saying.
But don't let it be close.
If it gets close at the end, you're kind of just like, all right, let's see.
Don't let it be close.
Just get your popcorn and watch because because if it's close, you already know where the ball's going. They're gonna run that elevator or just kind of just like that, like the little too high horn set, and he's just gonna pop right back out and they're just gonna give him the hand off like they did before. And he's gonna get to his spot. Just like, y'all better do something different. Like, don't do that because he clearly scores a high percentage when they kind of run that set for him. So
there was one possession where they did that, and what was the big from Florida? I think Hawk. I think that's how you say it, Hawk. But he passed. He had a wide open shot, and he makes jumpers, but like he didn't look at the basket. And I remember Jim like, is he gonna shoot? And he shot fakes, dribbles. Tries to get it to Clayton. He misses him, and Clayton runs past. It was like a dribble handoff, and he couldn't get it because the dude squeezed, whatever. Yeah. And he throws it to him. He gets it back again. Passes up another shot just so Clayton could run off him again. He gets a three. It's like, listen, I could hit the jumper, or I could take this shot, or I know we're gonna hit a three. Right, and everybody else knew. That's the thing. Everybody else knew it, and they still couldn't go. It's like, that's a terrible way to be in.
That's when you know exactly what the team's trying to run and where they're trying to get the shot off, and they still get it. No matter how hard you still play the defense, and you're there, you're just like, man, that's that bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
You'll be mad about it. Like, come on, bro. Like, we know it was coming. We knew it was coming. We ran it. We prepared for it, and then y'all still got no wrinkles. He just like that. He didn't get the first time, so he just came off the second one.
Right.
So he just kept it loop the loop. Just came off.
Loop. He gave him the loop the loop.
Just came around that thing again. Like, damn. Like,
man. Oh yeah. Crazy stuff, man. Well, what else is new? How did your weekend of agriculture go?
I got lots of mowing in. Got weeding in, some edging or whatever out there, because it's about to be plants and everything just start to grow, and because like where we're at, we gotta like there's so much insecticide and pesticide shit that we gotta spray on the weeds and everything, because you don't want them to grow. They get into the grass, they tear the grass up, like, you know what I mean? All this stuff, so much shit that you gotta do, bro. Like it just it's crazy. Hey, but I tell you what I do like though. So we have these days that are just burn days, right? Where they just just burn days, so we just be burning shit. Like it just so we get all the extra debris and like the tree branches and stuff like that. Before we come all together and then just burn that shit up like that. That part's cool, except for the fact the ASIN, I think that the kid's a damn pyro.
I don't see. Okay, I was with you up until you want to go and point kids out. See, because all the things you said the previous 30 seconds give off the vibe that you're kind of the pyro.
Hey, but then the apple doesn't fall too far. Then I guess that's what it is. Right?
As long as we're clear.
No. I didn't say I didn't have a hand in it. I'm just saying, I'm just noticing, like, bro, you get a little too close to the fire. Like he be in there just like, I'm like, bro, get your ass away from the fire. What is you doing? And then it's like, when we throw branches and stuff into fire, you want to like get behind it and throw it. Like if the fire is going that way, then you don't want to get in front of it and throw and then have it back in your face. He go right in front of it, throw stuff in there. I'm like, bro, you got problems.
What's good with you, Asen? What's good?
Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah.
What's good with you, Asen? Hey, come here, man. Come here, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Asen, you can't. Hey, you're not supposed to get that close to the fire, my guy. You got that? You got a lot of hair. That hair can go up in a heartbeat. You know what I mean?
Was about to burn all the way out, bro. You can't be doing that.
Hey, don't be no pyro though either.
Yeah, no, get out of here, man. Go take that orange and get out of there. You need to get me.
Yeah, take your orange, man.
So hey, hella just mowing, just all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's a lot, but it
is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, no, you just got
You know what I had to do this weekend?
Nothing.
No, that's hate. That's
hate. Okay. Okay. I thought you was gonna try to rub it in. Like you ain't do nothing this week. Like, I didn't do shit.
You don't. Well, see, we got our pool, so every now and again you got to clean the pool filters because they get a lot of dirt and stuff. And, from the vacuum and all that. So I had to do that. Jen and I both had to do it, and it's like one of the most annoying things to do. Like
why?
Because you got to spray the filter, and there's 8 of them, and it takes a while. And it's not like it was warm, but it was windy. Right. So then it's cold while you're doing it. Like
everything's kind of blowing to the wall. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, man. I guess we got third world problems, right? Or first world problems. I don't know, whatever it is. Maybe we are third. I don't know. It could be at any moment. You never know.
Right.
Yeah, man. So, well, what else? I know you haven't watched it. I watched, and this is just my 30 seconds of ranting here, okay? They had the season finale of White Lotus.
Okay, so.
And I watched it, and I really enjoy the White Lotus show. I really do. It's like a really good show. It's got some funny moments.
Where's the butt?
The butt was like, this is the least enjoyed finale of the 3 seasons. I don't like y'all gotta do. Yeah, you can't have a finale with like 18 open-ended questions left. Like come on, man.
They've been doing that for a lot. Yeah, no. You're right though. They do. Yeah, that's. I
don't like that. I don't like that. I was so excited last night, and then I I even woke up this morning like kind of aggravated about it.
It's just mad. Like, damn, I want to know the answer to the question. It's like,
y'all gotta be better, man.
All right. Well, now that it's over, now I can actually sit, and then now we can binge, and then we can watch it because that's one of the we got. Hey, have you watched? I don't want to get in trouble for saying this. Have you watched Righteous Gemstones on?
I have not. One of the main characters in this.
Walter Goggins. Yeah.
Who I love. The dude.
There isn't anything that he's not good in that I've watched. Like every time he's been on, I'm like, okay, if he's in it, You know he's gonna be good.
But I saw that show because I think it comes on after White Lotus. But it looks such like I'm like, what are we watching? Like, what is this?
It's very. Well, I mean, okay. So, do you watch any of Danny McBride's stuff? I mean, any of it? So, like, that's like the main guy who, like, did you ever watch Eastbound and Down?
Yes, I know. I know he's on.
Okay, yes, so Eastbound and Down. And then, did you watch Vice Principals? Because actually, him and Walter Goggins was in Vice Principals.
I did.
And it was like, okay, and there was 2 seasons of that. So he like goes and like, you know, whatever angle that he's going with, like they jump into it and they're like fully.
They go.
I gotta watch this show from the beginning, like in order to appreciate it. It does. At times, it does cross the line, and it goes a little much. It goes a little much, like had to do that, but it's just like I don't know. It's I mean,
entertaining.
It's entertaining, and they're not attacking the religions, but it's just kind of I don't know. They're trying to make. I'm trying to give it the best answer without.
They're trolling.
Yeah, basically, like that's what they're doing. They're trolling, but it's but they're very. I don't know the character development and all that is just great. The girl who like the one that steals the show for me is the sister who plays Judy Gemstone, bro. If you just like if you don't do anything else, just listen to her anytime that she talks, and it's just like she just says the most.
Outrageous.
Yeah, it's just like it's outrageous. Bro. Like, wait, what did you just say? Yeah. And every year she just gets better. Like, you're like, man, you got like last night she said some shit that I'm not going to repeat because I'm just not. I mean, and I turned to Lex and I said, "What did she say?" And then we had to stop. We had to rewind it back, listen to it again. We had to laugh our ass off for about 10 minutes. Like it was pretty funny. Like you gotta.
I might have to give it.
And then you told me to go watch Mobland. How is that? I haven't watched it yet, but it looks like.
I got episode 1 down, and it's good.
You can't go wrong with Tom Hardy. Like I'm sorry,
nah.
You got him and Helen Mirren in a show together.
Yeah,
and then like you throw in Pierce. I mean, like because that was the new. Well, that was 007. Before, like that was the newer one, right? Remember, he was the first one. He was in Golden.
Yes.
And I mean, this was like after Sean Connery like did it forever and everything. Like he was that first one before
of our generation, kind of.
Yes, right, of ours. Yeah, before I think it was Daniel Craig, right? They ended up taking over and he ended up doing the 3 or 4. But that one looks like it's gonna be pretty
it's good. It's good.
Like, I was afraid. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna start to watch that this weekend. I said, let me wait.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I gotta catch up on that. And then where are you on the pit?
Episode 5.
Man, are you still on 5?
I had a lot going on, man. There was a lot of stuff going on. Sorry,
man. Been out water and shit. Yeah, no, just that.
I'm gonna get to it. That's probably gonna be my new this show I pick up and watch going forward. Mm-hmm. I got like a week. Matter of fact, wait. Oh, because The Last of Us comes back on this Sunday.
Last of Us, I know that. Yeah, that one was good.
So I'll be watching The Pit this week, and I might do a little rewatch of The Last of Us just so I can get my mind back.
That's the thing with these new shows, there, bro. Like even with all like the House, like did you watch Game of Thrones, like House of Dragons and shit or whatever?
Yeah,
they be taking like 2 years for the new one to come out. I be done forgot the whole shit.
Right.
I gotta go back now. Now I gotta go spend more time to go back and watch that.
Rewatch.
It's like, man, like sometimes that just makes me hot. Nigga, just wait. What was the one? There was one that was on Amazon Prime. I think it's called Wheel of Time. Have you seen that one?
You gotta watch that. You watching it?
No. Okay, so when it first came out, I watched the first season. I was like, oh hell yeah, like this gonna be dope. And then I'm like, they're on the third season. I'm like, when did the second one come out? I didn't even know the second one came out. And now shit that happened in the first one. So now I'm gonna have to go. I'm like, man, I done wasted 8 hours, and I got to go back.
Hey, that's a good show. Great show.
Yeah, I need to go in there because there was one like that too. Did you watch Shadow and Bone that was on Netflix?
I did not.
That was one like that too. The first season.
I heard it was similar. Yeah,
incredible. And then there's 2 years before the next one came out. So shit, me and Lex one night I was like, oh shit, second season, let's pop it in. I pressed play. She said, what happened? I'm like, oh shit, you don't remember? And I'm trying to tell her no, and I don't know shit. I was
right. You gotta go back and watch the last episode from the previous year.
It's like the recaps don't do you justice because you don't leave out some shit.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, man, whatever. So
oh man. All right, man. Well, hey, we got what we got in today. We needed to talk about this. We needed to talk about Duke's collapse. Remember, hey, guys, remember Duke collapsed in the last few minutes. They lost that game. Do you remember that? Make sure you don't forget that Duke and Cooper Flag and all the Blue Devils lost. And matter of fact, if you go on Twitter, Blue Skies, Instagram, and you search Duke, you can rewatch Duke collapsing again. So, just keeping it. I just want to keep y'all informed. That's what I'm here for, you know.
And they lost too.
And they lost. Yeah. Yeah. So hey, we hoping for a yeah. Ain't no love lost. Nope. Don't feel bad at all.
We ain't doing that shit.
Nah. But yeah, we hope y'all enjoy the championship game tonight. It's gonna be a good one. So tune in.
Good game. Yep.
Yeah. And we working on some surprise for our listeners. But I'll just leave it at that.
Don't do too much. Don't do too much.
Things will get popping up in a little bit, you know. But we'll be back on Friday.
Recap that, and then we can talk about baseball.
Oh God! Cue the music.
He said, "Cue the music." Like during baseball season, can we just start talking about shows or something? Like I can't talk about baseball for.
I think
when it gets to October, we can talk baseball.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be more shows and then baseball.
Yeah, because this is the one time I'm like,
I'm with you. Now the world, they gonna get our nice show critiques, Harry. Now.
Yes, they're going. Yeah, now, because now we're not getting all crazy no more. Because baseball shit just get me just too like, I be falling asleep. You be spending way too much money in these games. I don't know how y'all do it. They be like, you go to a game, I'm like, and be there for 8 hours? No, thank you. Like, there's no like, who wants to do that shit?
It ain't that bad.
It ain't that good. It ain't that good. That's what I'm saying. It ain't that in a sense. Get out of here with that. No. You ain't gonna try to sit
all right. You heard it from Garnett. You heard it there first, y'all. It ain't bad, but it ain't good. We'll see y'all on Friday. Peace. It ain't bad, but it ain't good.
But it ain't like, don't miss me with that shit. Like, no.